Hey guys, back to you with another Walking Dead episode, and as you can see, it was a Negan filled episode today. So, the cell, basically. The cell was all about life as a savior, basically. We got to see what Negan's ultimate compound is like. Basically, where all the saviors, chill and hang out and everything. And effectively, what Dwight and both Negan try to do is they try to break Daryl, basically to the same degree that I think Negan tried to do in the premiere. But the way that Negan tries to do it is that he wants Daryl to be his upcoming right hand man. And there's sort of like a lot of comparison within the episode between Dwight and Daryl. And a lot of the episode is taken from Dwight's point of view. The whole fact that Dwight had his wife, and he had, I believe, his wife's sister, Tina, who we met in that one episode back in season 6. And that Tina was supposed to marry Negan, and then Dwight left with Tina and Negan because Tina was sick, and that's how they met Daryl in the woods. And then Daryl and Sherry eventually came back after Tina died out there in the woods, and that's how they ended up back in the good graces of Negan, where Sherry said to Negan that she would marry him in exchange for sparing Dwight's life. And then Dwight, I think, got scarred with an iron, or because I don't think it was by Lucille, even though Negan was saying, "Oh yeah, Lucille can forgive or whatever," but the whole thing about just Dwight had to be punished for what he did, which he ultimately did. And just that whole idea of just being a savior, it kind of resonates in this episode because you're just, the whole time, you're just like, okay, so we have all this stuff, we have all this equipment and everything that we get from all the other groups that we trade with and everything, and we force into this labor, and then all that we have is that we have this guy with a giant baseball bat or whatever, and he comes in and he just says, hey, give me all your stuff or I'll kill you, and we're just supposed to blindly follow him. And that's sort of the little mocking of the episode and everything. And Daryl is not living in the greatest of conditions. I mean, he's getting fed like every day, like this little dog food sandwich, like about yay big, and it's not that great. He's being tortured by Dwight and Negan, and he's effectively almost broken down, but then he kind of sympathizes with Dwight by the end of the episode, just like, hey, I know why you did it. I know why you were trying to get away from Negan. I mean, you were thinking about someone else and everything. And Dwight also hears this from, like, another guy who, I guess a former savior, who says, like, there's nothing back there. There's no way. So even Dwight, in his own way, is, I guess, questioning why he is a savior. But in his mind, I think it's because he did it for the right reasons, that he became a savior, and again, in order to save someone that he loved. And also ultimately himself, which, I mean, he even says to Sherry, just like, yeah, I mean, it sucks here, but I mean, it's a hell of a lot better than dying, or whatever. But is Daryl effectively broken down? He almost is, but, I mean, even in that test when Negan says to all his other guys, just like, okay, who am I? Just like, I'm Negan, I'm Negan, I'm Negan, I'm Negan. And then Daryl's just like, oh, I'm Daryl. And then Negan's just like, okay, well, he made a stupid choice, so he's going back in the cell or whatever. So what Negan and Dwight are going to do with him now, I have no idea. But effectively, as of right now, Daryl is definitely Negan's prisoner, and he's just sitting down in that cell until he performs some sort of act that'll make him useful for Negan. But other than that, it was a good episode. I mean, like I said, it's heavily focused on Dwight, heavily focused on Daryl. Next episode is definitely going to be a lot more interesting. Definitely, Negan will go into Alexandria for the first time. Alexandria is 1 week to pay up on their debt to Negan, as far as supplies are concerned, is up. So it'll be interesting to see how the group reacts to that. But let me know what you thought about this episode and everything, and what you thought about the whole Dwight and Daryl confrontation going back and forth, and just those little. I know there weren't like a whole lot of Negan scenes, but I mean, for what it had, were pretty interesting, and just I love seeing Jeffrey Dean Morgan in this character. But either way, I will see you guys in the next review. My next review, I think, is probably going to be actually a Chris Predicts, actually probably on Doctor Strange's role in the upcoming Infinity War. I'll see if I can do that tomorrow, if not somewhere in the next coming days. And then the next top-down review is probably going to be Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And then December, we got a whole bunch of slew of movies I'm sure to see. Rogue One at the top of the list, Assassin's Creed, and I'm sure some other ones too. But let me know what you thought about this episode. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe, and let me know on any other topics you'd like me to talk about during the episode or whatever. I am Chris, and I will see you in the next video. Adios. May the Walking Dead be with you, or Lucille will get you.